Happy evening all and welcome back to my channel. Welcome you all to study with me. It's Vidya. So today let us solve some of the numericals from this chapter. The numericals from the work and the Ohm's law. So here is the first question for you. Calculate the electrical energy produced in 5 minutes when a current of 2 amps is sent through a conductor by a potential difference of 500 volt. Okay, so what you need to find out is you need to find out what is the electrical energy produced. So let us write down the given data first. Okay, so what is the first data given? Produced in 5 minutes. So that the first data given is the time. Time is given as 5 minutes, and we know that the SI unit of time we are calculating in seconds. So what you have to do is you have to convert this 5 minutes into seconds. So how can we convert minutes into seconds? We have to multiply it by 60, right? So what we will get? We will get the value as 300 seconds. So this is the time. Okay, when a current of 2 amps. So the next data given is current. So I is equal to 2 amp and is sent through a conductor by a potential difference of 500 volt. So potential difference value is given, so we can write V is equal to 500 volt. So what you need to find out? You need to find out the value for energy. So energy is also called as what? Work. Energy is also called as what? Work. So we know a equation for potential difference, right? We have studied potential difference is equal to work done to move a unit charge, right? So V is equal to W by Q, or we can write W is equal to V into Q, right? V is equal to W by Q. V means what? It is potential difference. Potential difference is equal to work done divided by charge, or we can write work done is equal to potential difference into charge, that is V into Q. But in the question the value of V is given, but we don't know what is the value for Q. We need to find what is the value for Q. Okay, so let us analyze this question. What are the given data? Again, we have the value for current and we have the value for time, but we need to find out what is the value for Q. So we have another one equation for current, right? We have studied current is equal to Q by T, or rate of flow of charge is called as current. From this, how can we write the value for Q? Q is equal to I into T. So what is the value for I is given as 2 and T value is 300. So we can write Q is equal to 600 Coulomb. The value of Q is 600 Coulomb. Now we can substitute in this equation. W is equal to V into Q. So the value of V is given as 500 volt. And the value of Q we found it as 600. So the value will be 5 into 6, 30. This much of joules. Okay. So the work done will be equal to 3 lakhs joules. Okay. So is this clear? So in the question we need to find out what is the value for electrical energy. The value given are time is given in minutes. So we need to convert this minute into second. So 5 minutes is equal to 5 into 60, that is 300 second. Again the value of current is given as 2 amps and the value of potential difference, that is V, is given as 500 volt. We need to find out what is the work done. So we know the equation for voltage. V is equal to W by Q. From that we can write W is equal to V into Q. But we don't know what is the value for Q. So in order to find Q, we use the equation current is equal to rate of flow of charge. So I is equal to Q by T. So Q is equal to I into T. So value of I is 2 and the time is 300. Substituting, we will get the value for Q is equal to 600 Coulomb. Now we can substitute it. W is equal to V into Q. V is 500 volt given in the question and Q is 600 Coulomb. We have find it out. Now the W is equal to 3 lakhs joules. So this is the answer. Now let us deal with another one question. The question is the current passing through a resistor in a circuit is 0.01 amps when the voltage across the same resistor is 5 volt. Okay. So what, let us find out, write down the given data. Okay. So what is given? The current passing through a resistor in a circuit. So the value of current is given as 0.01 amps. When the voltage across the same resistor, so the value V, voltage value is given as 5 volt. What current passes through this resistor when the voltage across it is 7.5 volt? So here they are speaking about a resistor. So initially the current passing through the resistor is 0.01 amps when the voltage is 5 volt, but the value of resistor is not given. Now what we have to find is, we need to find the current passing through the same resistor when the voltage is 7.5 volt. Okay, so here the current and voltage values are given. Initially it is given as 0.101 amps and 5 volt. So let us find out what is the value for the resistor first. Okay, so by Ohm's law we have an equation, right? What is the Ohm's law? Ohm's law states that V is equal to I into R, right? So the value, from this how can we find out the value for R? R is equal to V divided by I, or we can write R is equal to, what is the value for V? V is given as 5 volt. What is the value for current? 0.01 amps. So now what will be the value for resistance? 5 divided by 0.01 will be equal to 500 ohm. Okay, so from the initial data given, we have found out what is the value for resistor. So the resistor value is 500 volt. Now what is the next data I need to find out? So we need to find out what current passes through this resistor. That means what current passes through this 500 ohm resistor when the voltage is 7.5 volt. Okay, now the next case or the second case. Okay, the resistance value we found it as 500 ohm. What is the voltage given? Voltage is given as 7.5 volt. So what we need to find out? We need to find out what is the value for current. So we know that I is equal to, or V is equal to I into R, or from this we can write I is equal to V by R, right? So I is equal to, what is the value for V? 7.5 divided by the value for R is 500. So this gives the value as 0.0125 ampere. Okay, so the question was to find out the value for the current when the voltage across the resistor is 7.5 volt, and we found it as 0.0125 ampere. Okay, now let us solve another one question. So the question is, calculate the work done in moving a charge of 10 coulomb through a resistance of 2 ohm in 10 seconds. Okay, so what you need to find out is the work done. So let us write down what are the given data. Okay, so the first data is in moving a charge of 10 coulomb. So the value of charge Q is given as 10 coulomb. Okay, so through a resistance of 2 ohm. So the value of resistance is given as 2 ohm in 10 seconds. So the time is given as 10 seconds. So these are the values given, and what you need to find is what is the work done. Okay, so we know that the equation is the potential difference V is equal to W divided by Q, right? Potential difference V is equal to W divided by Q. From this we can write W is equal to V into Q. Okay, W is equal to V into Q. But before that we need to find what is the value for V, right? We need to find out the work done. The value of charge is given in the question, but we don't know what is the value for voltage, right? So by Ohm's law, okay, by Ohm's law we know that V is equal to I into R, right? But is the value of current given in the question? No, we don't have the value of current, but the value of R is given in the question, right? So we know another one equation to find out current, right? What is the equation? I is equal to Q by T. Yes, what is the value for Q given? 10. What is the value for time given? 10. So what is the answer for current? So current is equal to 1 amps. Okay, this I is equal to Q by T is the equation for current. Now substitute. So V is equal to, the value of current is 1 amp into, what is the resistance value given? 2. So we can write the value for voltage is 2 volt. The value for voltage is 2 volt. Now equate here. We know W is equal to V into Q. So the value of V is 2 volt and the value of Q is what? 10 coulomb. So we will get 2 into 10, which is equal to 20 joule. So this is the work done. Okay, so the question given is you need to calculate what is the work done, and the value of charge Q is given as 10 coulomb. The value of resistance is given as 2 ohm and the time is also given as 10 seconds. So we need to find W. So we know that V is equal to W by Q, or we can write W is equal to V into Q. But in the question we don't know what is the value for voltage. So by Ohm's law we know V is equal to I into R. Again we know only the value for R. The I value is not given. But instead of that we have the value for Q and T. From that we can write I is equal to Q by T. From this we will get the value for I as 1 amp. So substituting the value I is equal to 1 and R is equal to 2 ohm, we will get the value for voltage as 2 volt. Now substitute W is equal to V into Q. Substitute in this equation. So V value we found it as 2 and the Q value is given in the question as 10. So 2 into 10, W is equal to 20 joule is the answer. Okay. Now we will solve one simple question. Okay. So here you need to find out, calculate the potential difference. So you need to find out what is the potential difference, or you say we need to find out the voltage between the ends of a conductor of 16 ohm resistance. So let us write down the given data. The value for resistance is given as 16 ohm when a current of 1.5 amps. The another value which is given as the current value, that is I is equal to 1.5 amps. And what you need to find out? We need to find out the voltage, or we need to find out what is the potential difference. So we know that by Ohm's law, right? By Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. Very simple question. So the value of I is 1.5 and the value of R is 16. So we will get the value V is equal to 24 voltage. So this is the answer. So this is all about the problems from the Ohm's law as well as the basic equations of current and voltage. Okay, work done. The basic equations of current and the Ohm's law. These are very basic questions. So that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed the session. So if you really like the videos, please hit a like button and do subscribe to my channel. So thank you all. We will see you by the next video. Thank you. Take care. Bye.